When zookeeper Agnes Molik threw Triton the lion a toy, she was shocked by his reaction. In fact, his response not only said a great deal about his personality, but it has also made the lion famous around the globe. Molik works at South Africa's Johannesburg Zoo, which Triton calls home. When the zoo first opened in 1904, it was home to only a small collection of animals, including just a single lion, a leopard, and a giraffe. Over time, though, the zoo has grown to host a wide variety of creatures from more than 320 different species. Among the most notable there, moreover, are the so-called Big Five, Africa's greatest and most dangerous animals. The term was first coined by big game hunters, and these creatures are the most difficult in all of Africa to hunt and to capture. Specifically, the Big Five are elephants, buffalo, rhinos, leopards, and of course lions, the king of the beasts. Triton the lion, meanwhile, was born at Johannesburg Zoo in the late 1990s and was hand-reared by the zookeepers. And while he was one of 10 such big cats living at the zoo at the time, he was apparently the only one to show interest in the particular activity that has brought him worldwide fame. That's not the only thing that makes Triton special, though. He's also noteworthy for being a white lion. White lions are part of the same species as their tawny cousins, but are lighter in color due to a recessive gene. If the recessive gene is found in both the mother and father, moreover, it will produce white lion offspring, and white lions' coats range from a blonde color through to pure white, although their manes do get darker with age. Furthermore, white lions, such as Triton, are rarely ever found in nature, though they are more common in captivity. Still, according to his keeper Molik, Triton does not carry any tawny colored genes. This means that he is a true rarity. It is not, however, Triton's unique genes that have made him such a hit with his keeper and with zoo visitors. That popularity began, in fact, after the keepers noted that Triton had grown bored with his environment and had become lethargic. Naturally, they then decided to find a way to put a bit more variety into the lion's life. So Molik, who is also the curator of the carnivore section of Johannesburg Zoo, I gave him a toy to play with. His reaction to it, however, it was totally unexpected. Lion cubs typically play with anything that they can find. That includes ostriches, which they roll around half for fun, half as practice for hunting. As they mature, though, male lions usually grow out of such habits. Adults, females, on the other hand, often remain playful and will continue to mess around with the cubs.
Also, if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story.
Triton, however, is clearly an exception. He has remained playful beyond his younger years, offering a great source of amusement for tourists as well as for his keeper. In fact, she actively encourages his fun and games. This enthusiasm also sets Triton apart from the other lions at Johannesburg Zoo, who are usually a relaxed group. Indeed, Molik told Barcroft TV in 2011 that normally you'll hardly see the lions doing anything. Once she throws Triton his toy, though, this all changes. Indeed, at this point, as seen in a video produced by Barcroft TV, the lion suddenly becomes excited and energetic. It all begins when Mallory calls down to the lion come Triton, and the animal acknowledges his keeper by raising his enormous fluffy golden mane head. The clip then shows Molik throwing Triton his treasured toy to play with, and the enclosure below. The toy in question, a soccer ball, and his reaction to the ball is truly something to see. The video shows the big cat seeming to turn back into a kitten, batting the item around with his giant paws, much like a domestic cat would do with a ball of wool. Indeed, Triton the lion seems to love playing soccer. The video, for instance, sees him skillfully dribbling the ball around his enclosure, even following it into the water when the ball rolls in. And fans have shown their support for the big cat with an unusual hobby in hundreds of comments across the web. One person wrote, for example, "That's the first time I've seen a lion decide to jump into water just for fun. He must really love that ball." Another commenter dubbed the animal Lionel Messi, likening him to the FC Barcelona soccer star. Meanwhile, others have suggested that the lion would be great playing in an attacking position, though that might have more to do with his teeth than with his way of playing. And highly impressed by Triton's skills, Moalik has seemed more than happy to tell the world about the lion. She even joked about his talents while talking to the Daily Mail in January 2010, saying, "I think Triton could teach real soccer players a thing or two with his skills." Triton might be a selfish player, however. According to the Daily Mail, Triton refuses to share the ball or to play along with any of the female lions in his enclosure, Malik noted. It's clear he thinks it's a man's game. He won't share it with any of the ladies. Since Triton first came to fame as a soccer-loving lion, though, he has now retired. Furthermore, staff have told a Scribble that Triton now rarely plays soccer due to his old age. However, he remains in good health and leaves happily at the zoo. It's worth noting that Triton is not the only soccer-playing lion in the world, though. Indeed, he even has competition within South Africa itself. This comes via Kevin Richardson, also known as a lion whisperer. He has a reputation for actually being able to touch and feed wild lions and reportedly has a special connection with the animals. In a World Cup promotion for a suit maker, Van Gils, he did much more than that, though. To it, he was filmed playing soccer with 3 wild lions while wearing a suit, but the zookeeper and animal behavior has spent most of his adult life working with the big cats, which is why he's confident that even if dressed formally and sporting a ball, there are no danger to him. Perhaps one day Richardson can extend a hand to Triton and meet up for a gentle kickabout. And seeing a big cat like Triton acting like a kitten is certainly a stunning sight. Indeed, it just goes to show that there's playfulness in all of us, no matter how fearsome we might look. Let's just hope, though, that Triton can enjoy his well-deserved retirement.
If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next.